Tuning into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Are you gonna talk?
Nope. Just let it happen.
Go!
Johnny's gonna start skanking here in a minute. He's gonna get up and start skanking.
I don't even know what I'm doing. That's all I know how to do.
Johnny's a skank?
Skanking.
You mean
I know what
Come
that
on.
Easy skanking like Bob Marley? Is that what we're talking about?
No.
Oh.
Skank like you mean it, guys.
I don't know what that means.
You know.
Welcome, everybody, to the Monday Night Raw After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. Now, this is the first Raw After Show AD, after Dale. But
R.I.P. Dale.
I know. We are sad Dale's not here, but I will give you good news. He is safe and sound in Washington, D.C. They arrived last night, so he's there, and, he's going to come back at some point periodically.
I have a feeling even now that he lives in D.C., I'm still going to see him everywhere I go. When he was here, I saw him constantly, and I have a feeling that's still going to happen.
It's quite possible.
He's everywhere.
Let's get started, everybody. At Loquasto on the Twitter. That lovely lady over there, she's the crown jewel of the Raw After Show. You can find her on Twitter at Cathy Kelley. She's got flannel on. She's Cathy Kelley.
I do have flannel on, and I started wearing it 2 years ago, and no, I didn't copy Brie Bella.
Yeah, you
Person on Twitter.
Hater. Back down, haters.
Kathy's all
Although
about
I
Brie
do
mode.
love her style,
Kathy's
but
all about Brie mode.
That's right.
the OG flannel wearer.
Yeah, right. Get it. So anyways, we have some good news, guys. Obviously, we all miss Dale. We wish, he could be here every week, but he's not. But we have had great guests over the past 2 years. And Cathy and I talked about it. We thought, who could we possibly ask to be a consistent replacement? Well, we thought of two in particular. One couldn't make it tonight, so we figured we're going to introduce one at a time. The first guy, he is one of my buddies at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You can see him there every single week. You wrestled for what, at least a dozen years?
About 15, actually.
He wrestled for he was a pro wrestler for 15 years.
Yep.
You can find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews PMA. Please welcome, everybody, Ty Matthews.
What it do, nephew?
Welcome, my friend. It's great to have you. We're excited, and as if I can get the chat roll working, I'm sure I can see if everyone else is excited too. But my computer's being weird.
Highly doubt it. Don't tell me either way.
I'm not not going to tell you the good or the bad. You know how the interwebs works.
But it's fantastic to be here. As freezing as it is amazing to be here.
It's 37 degrees.
That's so it doesn't smell like body odor in the studio.
That's
probably a good point.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, we smell great.
I will take
I smell phenomenal, but I mean,
it's the other weirdos in this network that stink,
I also wearing flannel.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
unlike Kathy, I did rip my style from Brie Bella.
Remember that day where you wore plaid on plaid?
That's because I was only supposed to be visible from the waist up.
And I think Brie also goes shirtless under her flannel, much like yourself.
Well, yeah.
So I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly turn into Brie Bella.
You have implants though, so.
Well, yeah.
Stop making him feel insecure, Kathy.
Still coming in, guys.
Yo, we got to get to Raw. This was a show.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
There was so much going on. I mean, granted, Raw is 3 hours a long time. They jam-packed it with so much good stuff.
An arena full of sassy Quebecois.
Yeah, they were great. Whatever you said, I agree with it.
You know.
I don't know how to... No, I don't know. But whatever you said, I agree with.
French fries? Is that what you said?
You nailed it.
Cool.
You nailed that accent.
Oui. That's all I got. I'm Montreal. So Monday Night Raw came to us from Montreal, Canada. Starting off with Randy Orton hitting the ring. He says he's going to get his payback in 2 weeks at Payback. Roman Reigns hits the ring and says, last time I checked, I beat you at SummerSlam. I'm going to get my payback on Seth Rollins, but I don't mind breaking your back one more time to get the big win. But here's the highlight of this opening scene. New Day!
Yes.
Opening scene?
Crushed it. It was an opening scene. It's a TV show. You know what I mean?
Credits.
How great. Freaking New Day. I love it.
I've cannot overstate rather the 180 that I've done on the New Day. Now that they've embraced how naturally charismatic they all can be,
Yes.
and how they can just be themselves, it is incredible.
They have such a great chemistry, and it looks like they're having so much fun.
Well, and that's the
what
thing.
gets you excited in turn.
If you've been following Big E on Twitter for years,
He's so funny.
He's low-key hysterical.
Yeah.
And so now that they're letting him embrace that side of his personality, I mean, we'll get to the really good stuff later on, but even just now, it's phenomenal what they're doing.
Throughout the entire show. That's the best part about it, is they're pissing everyone off by having so much fun.
They just need to be like a runner every single week, just like a running gag of just New Day celebrating whatever they did.
They need to have a long title run. It's got to build. It's got to piss people off.
Right. Are they using the Freebird rule, or?
Yeah.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as far Xavier was wearing the title tonight.
Right.
I mean, they all wrestled tonight. So.
The official WWE Twitter account tweeted that they are in fact doing the Freebird rule.
Phenomenal.
All right. New Day rules.
Awesome.
Well, I love what they said here. Big E said, Roman, don't let it bother you that you've never won the big one. And Randy, don't let it bother you that Seth Rollins doesn't just have your number. He's got it on speed dial. Oh! Gotta love it. And then he offers to Randy and Roman to clap along with them. They don't do it, though.
No.
We did. We always do.
Of course.
So instead, they challenge him to a match. 3-on-2 New Day rules. And the devil's favorite demon, always plotting and scheming, made the match official.
I like what you did there.
Well, actually, that's what Xavier Woods said.
Oh, I see. Well, I like what Xavier Woods did
Copied
there.
it.
I'm just copying it, much like you guys copy Brie Bella's style.
Bunch of biters over here.
So Randy Orton and Roman Reigns taking on the New Day. Love the way this ended. New Day in control for most of it, but Kofi off the ropes goes into a power slam from Orton. Superman punch to E. DDT off the ropes. RKO to Woods, but then Reigns goes to spear Orton. Kofi dodges out of the way just in time. Amazing accidental spear. Boom, New Day gets the win. I love it.
Absolutely. And it's even just like even the way that finish went, it elevates New Day so much, and it's exactly what they needed.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, given the story that they're going with and the character that they're going with, it's exactly what they needed, and they've breathed so much new life into this.
They really are, and that's the thing, is we were waiting for them to finally have that heel turn, and now it's gone full blown, but
Right.
they stay so positive in the most condescending
they're
way.
doing the Bo Dallas heel. Bo Dallas, once he turned heel in NXT, was so incredible, and I feel like that same energy is being imbued with the New Day.
That's very true.
Because they're trying to be positive with it, and it's just
Well, that
failing.
and also the delusion of like when Bo was NXT champion, he thought when everyone was
loved him,
booing,
yeah.
he thought when everyone was booing, they were saying Bo.
Yeah.
And so now with the clapping, it's amazing.
I love how they're refusing to let that negativity in, and just there's nothing better than a condescending heel.
Exactly. Just really smarmy and positive, and just like
The power of positivity.
Hey.
That's what they called it.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear that part. I love it. How's everything going in chat roll, Kathy? I can't even get in there.
I'm trying to log in right now.
Oh, you
and
can't either?
I got a new computer today.
Chat is on fire!
In a good way?
Literally on fire. I'm looking for a fire extinguisher.
All right, Jesus, if someone can help put the chat roll out. I don't even know how that's the thing. Oh, now I'm in.
I really appreciate it.
John, who's got facial hair? Are you talking about me, Cordell Miller? Because I'm trying to grow it out.
That took a year.
it's coming.
Oh, everyone's commenting about my facial hair. I'm shooting something this week, and I got to look scruffy. This is my attempt. I'm sorry. I'm not a man.
Nailing
He's
it.
doing a voiceover where he needs a beard.
Yeah, right? This is 5 days of not shaving.
He's
This is
getting into
pathetic.
You're nailing
character.
it, man.
This is so pathetic. And now they're calling me Bo Dallas. Jesus, guys.
Because Bo Dallas got new facial hair.
For God's sake.
Yeah, I did.
I love everyone. So anyways, after the match, New Day celebrating backstage as Kane walks past. I think E was like, yo, Kane!
we did it, Kane. Xavier Woods screaming, we did it, Kane.
That's so
Or no, it was
That's
Big E,
awesome.
and it was phenomenal.
So Seth Rollins comes up to him and he says, the authority's coming back. They're going to punish you for what you did. So Kane decides to make Rollins versus Ambrose again, and Rollins gets heated. But that's not the end of it. moving on from there. Renee Young welcomes Ryback. What the hell?
Oh my.
That was I did it.
It's
I'm in.
Inception.
That was Cathy being professional.
Got it.
As always.
Renee Young welcomes Ryback to the ring, and Ryback, I give him credit here because the crowd was all over him, and Ty, that's difficult when you're in the ring and the crowd is not doing what you think they should be doing. He managed to turn it around.
Well, the WWE universe, you can so easily just flip that switch. If they're booing you, or if they're not cooperating, all you need to do is give them an easy chant to chant along with, and they're in. And that's exactly what he did.
But it's not always that easy.
That's exactly that easy.
It is that easy, but it has to work still.
They were hating him and chanting boring, and he started yelling, "Feed me more," and that's all it took.
Yeah, they were on board.
They love a good chant.
And
Chanting boring or Goldberg?
A little bit of
I'm
both.
sorry, not boring. Goldberg, which I didn't even
Same
realize
thing.
people were still doing that.
That's so stupid. It's really dumb.
Right.
But,
right.
the crowd was hot.
Poor Renee Young. She's out there to introduce Ryback and nothing else. He gets his own microphone, starts talking on his own, and she's just kind of chilling.
You got to remember, though, Ryback's not exactly a question and answer kind of guy yet. He hasn't gotten
why not.
to that point yet.
I don't see why not. He did perfectly well on his own.
I don't think he's comfortable yet. I think he had something he planned on saying, and he wasn't going to go back to giving her the mic, that kind of a thing.
Interesting. But it's like I said in the room, then why not just hit his music and just have him come out and grab a mic?
Why did you come out?
Great point. Maybe, well, then it probably wasn't how it was supposed to go.
Or it could have been they were doing that for the live audience, and they just got back from commercial sooner than they thought they did.
Maybe.
That they would.
Who knows?
Sure. Let's go with Cathy.
But, he said, he's like, I take negativity, I eat it, I wake up hungry every day to step in that ring. He did have really bad injuries that he was never going to wrestle again. And he said,
hangry.
he's hangry.
He is hangry.
Very hangry.
Well, I mean, hell, the gap between Skip Sheffield and Ryback was filled with injuries, basically.
Oh, yeah. And I give him credit. I mean, Jesus, he wasn't tough enough 12 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
And he worked his ass off, regardless of what he had to do.
Is he the only one that was a contestant on both Tough Enough and NXT?
Probably.
Possibly.
Chat roll.
Right?
Yeah, chat roll,
know?
you tell us. It wasn't, I know The Miz was tough enough in like 04.
Yeah. Well, he was. Miz was part of the same season, the $1 Million season.
Was it? Okay, the same season. Got it.
But
Was that the one that Daniel Pewter won?
That was. Yep.
That didn't work out.
Yeah, remember that guy?
I do, actually. Yeah. I have an ex-girlfriend who grew up with him, so I actually saw him quite a bit, like as little as 5 years ago. Okay. Yeah.
I remember when he had that big confrontation with Kurt Angle and put him in that Kimura. Remember that? That was hot.
Yep. He's terrifying. So that happens, and then next thing you know, Bray Wyatt, he shows up in the darkness, and he had a little something to say to Ryback.
Darkness.
He did. You paying yourself as his untouchable force, but you're nothing more than a little boy, and it is the fear
so
that molds us all. Everything you love, and you're afraid to lose, friend, is all gonna fade away. And in time, friend, so will you. Run. That's what he had to say.
Yep. Nailed it.
Still don't know why exactly he's chosen Ryback, but I would, I'd like to think they could do something with this.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'd love to have more clarity as far as like his end game. Like, there's a lot of people where I'm not entirely sure of the end game, and it's not really ambiguity as much as it is just like you're not really saying anything.
Yeah.
Like, Bray Wyatt's still cutting awesome promos, but like, what's the point at this point?
I don't know.
It gets redundant.
Right. Exactly.
After a while.
Exactly. Like,
it does sound like he's saying the same exact thing every single time, and it's a Mad Libs of what he's saying. It's like insert person's name here.
Right, and he's calling everyone scared little boys, and he's calling everyone liars, and he's saying there's all these facades, and it's like it's great, but it reaches a point of diminishing returns.
I'm a scared little boy because everyone in chat roll is being a bunch of bullies. Talking about my facial hair.
Can I read what was
not believing I had a girlfriend? Yeah, please go ahead.
That's funny.
Chandler Cohen says the only difference between Jonny and Bo Dallas is that Dallas can actually grow a beard.
Yikes.
Okay. I don't really.
I like that. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I see a lot less. We don't have much in common,
No,
but
it's
okay.
Fine. Your dad's IRS, right?
And then Steve Hurdler, I don't know, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. He is at the event at Raw in Montreal, and he says that everyone came out to the stage after, and Sami Zayn has his left shoulder wrapped.
See, oh man. Well, we'll have to get to that because, that was something. But that was an amazing match too. So Bray says that him and Ryback. Who knows? Obviously, that'll be something at Payback. Kid and Cesaro versus the Ascension. They're still here.
Yep.
They cut a Demolition promo. If you don't know Demolition, just look at one of their old promos, and that's what they did.
Right.
Cesaro throwing everyone around the ring like a rag doll, a bunch of Euro uppercuts. And
Cesaro hot tags, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Like, I could just watch those for hours.
Amazing. Kid with that flip to take out Victor, then Cesaro, the Cesaro swing into the double kick, bam, really impressive win, and, give the Ascension credit.
And it's I gotta say, probably the best main roster match that I've seen them have.
Which doesn't say much for them.
I mean,
It is the best main roster match that they've had.
It was super
solid. Not arguably, like,
and
that is.
And it's like we said, like, they're doing what they can with what they've got, and they're really, you can tell how much they're committing to it.
And it's just hard because they still seem like Power Rangers or like the evil version of, like, I don't know, some Sunday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's not.
And I'm sure that that's by design, but
It's unfortunate.
It's not really doing a whole lot for anyone, so.
Did you like the Ascension when they were on NXT?
I did. I liked them a lot, for sure.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, and I think you remember me saying this, I was not an Ascension guy from the first time I saw him on NXT. I liked them way better there. It's just there was something about their mystique and their character that I just didn't buy.
Well,
there were times when I really liked it, and there were times when I hated it.
Right. I was super on board when they were like underworld vampires or werewolves, like when it was like the black and blue entrance and the really, kind of epic orchestral music. I loved that era.
But they've been there forever and with different people too.
That's the thing. I want to root for them because I know they've put their work in, they work their asses off, and they're good dudes. And
nothing's more fun than shouting "Yah" when Connor's stomping the hell out of people.
See, they changed it so much.
What do you mean?
Going to the main roster.
Right.
That, no one's going to do that anymore.
And so we want to root for them. It's just, and then the moment they come into the main roster, and I'm not going to say who made this decision, but to just turn them into like a modern day Demolition / Road Warriors, why would you do that?
Right,
let them be themselves. Don't put shoulder pads on them.
I liked them back at NXT before they started talking. When they were so mysterious that you had no idea what was going on with them.
I miss Victor wearing those crazy black contacts and the goggles.
Yes.
When he looked like a shark.
When he looked like a shark.
They didn't have to talk. They could have just showed up.
Right. But we'll see. Maybe they'll. I mean, hell,
you can't go back to not talking anymore.
Right. But who knows? I mean, I had given up on the New Day, and so
I didn't.
I think everyone needs a good retooling.
I agree. I think people need to be patient. At this point with the Ascension, the way they're going, I don't know what they could possibly do except turn them into some kind of like Curtis Axel kind of face.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's beyond salvation as far as from a character standpoint.
No.
But it's just a matter of time. I think what they're doing right now is not going to work. Mm-hmm. But that's not to say that nothing ever will.
Yeah. Either way, there was a really fun match, and Kid and Cesaro, clear #1 contenders.
I was going to say, with Kid and Cesaro, like, they were doing great, but I like them even more in the last, 3 weeks than I have before.
Well, and it's just like the New Day, them being able to embrace their natural energy and charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have a great...
And not to mention the OG Kings of Wrestling finish, that swing into the drop kick.
Yes.
So, good.
Yeah. I would like to see Natty be a little more comfortable talking, but I don't know if that's ever
She's gotten more. I think that she's more confident with this than she has been with almost anything else that she's done.
I think she's just great looking like she's straight out of Fury Road.
That's a good,
right?
Mad Max style.
Yeah.
Moving on, Renee Young backstage with Seth Rollins, and Rollins says, this match shouldn't even happen, number 1. Number 2, Kane is a moron. End scene.
The end.
Simple as that. Then we got Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. There were a number of fantastic matches tonight. I got to say, I know everyone's going to say Sami Zayn. I get that. For me, this was match of the night.
Oh, no, this
by
was
far.
like, as much as I love Sami Zayn, this was easily match of the night for sure.
Yeah. Just from a pure wrestling perspective.
Everything looked like it hurt.
Oh, my God.
Definitely. And I mean, I love the outside the ring variation of Ambrose's rebound lariat. like that little kind of the sweep that he does on the apron, and just nailing the hell out of Rollins with that clothesline on the outside.
Yeah.
Really good.
And before the match even started, Kane said if Ambrose wins tonight, he'll be added to the main event of Payback, making it a fatal 4-way, which was out of nowhere. But it's one of those things where it is out of nowhere, but it services the storyline and it services Kane's means. Kane's another one of those people that I'm not entirely sure what his end game is. You know, is he on the authority side? Is he not on the authority side? You know, but I think that this was something that was unexpected, but it was absolutely what everyone needed. You never know what that damn demon is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But fans really like it.
Yeah.
I love Rollins' temper tantrum where he's like, no, that's not what the fans asked for.
Angry Rollins is amazing.
Pissed off Rollins is fantastic.
Really good.
Where
really
he could
good.
barely get the words out because he was so angry.
Exactly.
That was great. If that was planned or unplanned, it worked out great.
There were so many great moments. The suicide dive where he pretty much goes into the crowd.
Right.
Multiple near falls.
The powerbomb against the barricade.
Oh,
that
God.
was gnarly.
And then the lariat off the ropes. Mm-hmm. Rollins took a fall.
Yeah, that whole entire finish sequence from Rollins enziguri into the rebound lariat was, and then oh my God, Rollins landing on his friggin' head, looking like Chris Benoit when he broke his neck in ECW.
Yeah, and then J&J hits the ring. I assume it's over at that point, but no, they get sent out real fast. Ambrose with a roll up for the win. That makes it official. Dean Ambrose is now in the main event of Payback, and I couldn't be happier. I think anyone who enjoys pro wrestling couldn't be happier to see Dean Ambrose in a main event.
Absolutely.
So
he finally just got his first singles pay-per-view win in forever.
Yeah.
At what was that? I think Extreme Rules is the one that just happened.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Rollins flipping out. Kane says that I'll keep adding to people to the match. You know, it's all about making you better, making you a man, overcoming adversity. It's like the Big Brother syndrome he's trying to pull off, I guess. Mm-hmm. I just
you know how Kane is with his brothers.
Are we gonna have a buried alive match?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Why not? I just love what they did here. I mean, the triple threat was okay. Mm-hmm. You add Ambrose to it, that makes me. After that Kane promo, I want to see a 17-way match for the championship now. Right. Give Heath Slater a shot.
No.
Hell yeah. He deserves a shot.
Absolutely.
He keeps getting beat up.
Come on, baby.
I like the 4-way.
It's great. The triple threat we had Rollins, Orton, and Reigns. I was okay with. Mm-hmm. Now you add Ambrose. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pumped now.
Super on board. Yeah.
So
totally buy it if you didn't have the network already.
I have the network.
We know.
So I will be watching.
Is that a hashtag humble brag?
No. I can afford $10 a month. Humble brag. I can't afford much else, but that's what I got. Yes, so Byron is backstage. He asks Lana, I love this segment. In a matter of 15 seconds, you got two people so over. This was so well done. Byron asks Lana how it feels to receive such a positive reaction from the universe. And she begins to say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here for the bam. Fandango jumps in. Don't be coy. I can't even do it.
I think you're going to slip back into Bray Wyatt.
Let it flow.
You need to touch your abs.
Not going to do it. Don't have abs, number one. Number two, no. The WWE Universe is euphoric.
You've got a 1-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I try. So Rusev shows up and flips out. That segment was so great. It got Lana over. All of a sudden, I guess it's got to be for Pitch Perfect. I don't know. But then Fandango, fantastic. Face Fandango. Yes.
Yep.
Finally.
Face Dango.
Face
with
Dango.
his Jackson Pollock tights.
Yeah. So good.
Good reference.
Moving on to Rusev taking on Fandango. Lana
doing the Fandango fingers might be the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That was
adorable.
So out of nowhere.
I thought it was going to be a slow build. I didn't think she was going to be on board right away. But
Here's the thing.
Was phenomenal.
Pitch Perfect comes out May 15th.
I was going to say 2 weeks. Yep.
Now they haven't talked about it on air, but I'm pretty sure she's in it. So they have to kind of make it. I would just hate to see him do a turn just because of the movie. Because her and Rusev are such a great combination.
Right, and I think it's just a happy coincidence. I think this is exactly what they need to do at this point.
They needed some sort of storyline between the two.
Right. I think that, they had gone as long as they really could, theoretically, in terms of story with
either
Lana and
Rusev needed something
page.
different, or they needed something between them.
Right.
I mean, granted, Rusev has gotten really good on the mic.
Yeah, for sure. Ever since once he started cutting actual promos, they're straight up Ivan Drago promos. But they, like I said, they had gone as far as they could with Lana and Rusev being a cohesive unit.
You think so?
I think so. There's not, unless Lana was going to pull like a Paul Heyman and turn on Rusev, which I don't think was going to happen. This is what they needed to do.
You know what's a bummer about that's the one bummer about 2015 and just how we're in a microwave society. Them as a combo back in the late 80s, early 90s, they could have gone strong for years without getting stale.
In the territory days, oh my God, they would have been the best act in town.
To put it in like Jim Ross, they would have drawn money.
Yep.
They could have been a strong team for years, and now it's been, how long have they been up now? Has it been a year-ish? Maybe more? Which is a great run. Yeah. I don't know. I really like them as a combo, and I mean, if they're gonna turn her face, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Right. Who knows?
But I love Rusev, and I think he's getting great on the mic. I really thought they had a lot more legs to go, but with Cena as Rusev champ, the Rusev champ. But yeah, so anyway, Rusev starts to attack. Fandango puts up a nice fight, gets a nice reversal, but Rusev, of course, takes back control. Accolade for the win. But I just really like this whole entire segment because people love Fandango now, as they should.
And people love Lana. That moment when they both start doing the Fandango fingers.
I just really don't want Lana to turn into Fandango's girlfriend again.
No,
I think that needs to
happen.
not happen.
Fandango needs to not have a girlfriend.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Please.
I think Lana is so above Fandango at this point. As much as I love Fandango, I'm a huge, even back from NXT, huge Johnny Curtis fan.
She's out of his league.
But she's far above that level.
Yeah. It's funny, someone in chat roll is saying, will Lana keep her Russian accent? I just don't see a Russian face. You can't stop the accent at this point.
Yeah.
It's been going on for way too long.
I'd like to see how they would explain it if she dropped it.
Well, remember when Kofi was Jamaican?
Yeah, they kind of...
Briefly, though.
They winked at it on TV.
Briefly.
Do you remember when Triple H mentioned that in a promo?
Yeah.
Weren't you Jamaican?
Yeah, right.
She could be taking English lessons, and it just slowly goes.
Got that Rosetta Stone.
The last semblance of her Russianness goes away. Rusev finds out that she was faking it the whole time and isn't actually Russian.
Because she's an actress.
Because she's an actress.
There you go.
Named CJ Perry.
That's actually not bad. Not bad.
She was a Russian spy. No, she was a U.S. spy.
Tie it all into the Americans.
What?
A spy for what?
You know,
for the U.S.
wrestling secrets.
USA! USA! Yeah. USA!
Cold War never ended in wrestling.
What?
That's true. It will never end.
Oh.
No, we're still in 85.
Yeah, exactly.
30 years later. If he dies, he dies.
Mr. McMahon, tear down that wall.
Oh, God, that's funny. That's really funny. Mr. Putin. All right. Well, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but it was hilarious to see the Fandango.
Excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And excited to see Pitch Perfect 2 as well.
I'm going to see Mad Max that day, not going to lie.
I'm going to see both of those, and it's going to be the greatest double feature of all time.
Really? You're going two movies one day?
First,
absolutely.
Though? Which one's first?
Ooh.
I think you got to start off Mad Max. I
don't know.
You got to go.
I don't know.
If you're at 110%, you got to start off Mad Max.
The adrenaline rush that I get just from watching the trailer of Mad Max, I feel like I got to cap off with that.
But if you go first to see Pitch Perfect, you're just going to be singing during Mad Max the entire time.
It's possible. It's highly possible. That might happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Mad Max for sure. I'm going to be in Pittsburgh, and I'll have nothing to do during the day, so I'm going to go see Mad Max.
I think I'm going to go see it with Johnny Yuma, my fellow post-apocalyptic nerd.
Yuma, that son of a bitch.
He's an awful guy.
Current champion of championship wrestling, that snake.
Yeah, you know.
Anyways, I'm keeping a kayfabe tie.
Vermin.
Moving on. Yeah, vermin. Bastard. Stardust taking on R-Truth. He comes down with a bag. We don't know what the bag is, but if you remember, R-Truth said if he became king of the ring, he would get rid of all spiders.
They telegraphed the hell out of that.
They really did. Stardust cuts this cryptic promo prior to the match and the little, bubble in the side of the screen.
And still rocking the Mr. Sinister getup,
which is great.
Incredible.
So great.
Yeah. I love having these promos every single match.
Yeah.
Before every single match.
It's a throwback, I think.
Yep.
Back to Wrestling Challenge.
I mean, it also makes it feel more like Sports Center or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I'll take your word for it.
Sure.
Do you not watch sports?
I don't.
He does not watch Sports Center.
I don't.
But I pulled off a Reading Rainbow reference.
Yeah.
Truth takes control, but then looks at Stardust's bag and he opens it. It's spiders. Stardust gets a roll up for the win. Truth runs away. Now, I have an idea for Stardust. We talked about how he's been losing all the time. I don't know what's going to happen with him in Truth, but if they can't find something for him, I would love to see some kind of like, you know how like the Undertaker in the past has caused lightning in the ring? Mm-hmm. I would love to see like Stardust lose a match and then just get in the middle of the ring and just look up to the skies and everything goes pitch black. We come back to light and all you see is just smoke in the ring and he's gone. Disappears for a while.
He's magic.
He's magic.
He is magic.
Disappears for a while until the appropriate time when there's some heel that's on a roll or needs some kind of build-up. Out of nowhere, lights go down, lights come back, Stardust reappears from the heavens. People want to cheer for Stardust.
Yeah.
He's like abducted by himself.
The best theme music on the roster.
Oh, it's real good.
Hands down. He's got an incredible entrance getup. He cuts awesome, ridiculous promos.
But do people want to see him as Cody since there was the huge Cody chant tonight?
Not yet.
I think people want to see either.
He's too good at Stardust.
Yeah,
he's great at Stardust.
He's great at both. I think people would love to see him either way. He's one of the most well-rounded performers on the roster right now.
And there's still a place for characters in pro wrestling. If you're great at a character, there's still a place for it.
And that's
I
the
think,
thing.
This doesn't feel like a character. It's weird.
All of his characters have been so different and so disparate from each other. I mean, when he was doing basically the Phantom of the Opera and he was just hideous and couldn't be looked at, it was such a great, phenomenal story.
Wasn't he a pretty boy for a while?
Yeah, he was dashing Cody Rhodes, and then he was grotesque and wearing a mask and having people put bags on their heads.
And I don't think Stardust has had a long enough run. I think that there's still so much more legs in this character. I would love to see if they can find something good, let him disappear for a little bit.
I'm just still sour that they didn't have the dust blow off at Mania. That's what I'm still sour about.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and that's where he's kind of lost right now. Let him disappear for a little bit, and let him come back in grand fashion. That character is too good to not be near the top of the card.
Right.
And Cody's too good. Mm-hmm. For God's sake. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's proven himself.
But we'll see what the fate of the Intercontinental Championship is. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for the best, but vacating it is not out of the realm of possibility, I imagine, at this point.
That's the thing. We're hearing nothing about Daniel Bryan right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
It's a little unsettling. I don't know. I have no clue.
Jesus.
Fingers crossed and...
I know. It is tough. Get well, D-Bry.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but get well, my friend.
You got to stay in Booker's top 5.
You need to.
His top 5.
Top 5.
There it is. John Cena hits the ring, and, they gave him the business in Montreal tonight.
Yeah, they did.
But he handled it. But he's pretty good.
If anyone knows how to turn a negative crowd into a positive one, it's Cena by this point. They've legit been booing him since 05.
He likes it seems like. He comes out with a smirk every time.
One Night Stand, ECW One Night Stand of 05, they boo him out of the building. That's what made it cool to boo him.
I watch that anytime I feel bad. It's so entertaining.
Such a great show. And one of the best top to bottom shows.
Isn't 05 though that's when his rap album came out and he started his new music and everything? They were booing him already?
Yeah. Well, that was largely because of the ECW crowd, but I think that's what made everyone else see that can be cool to boo this guy.
Right.
Because by then he had been on top for maybe a year, something like that, a little more.
That's true. My memory just
I mean, he's been dealing with that, if they want to call it controversial mixed response, for a decade now. So he knows how to handle it.
Wow. 10 years. But he did a great job, playing to different members of the audience and stuff like that. And he said it doesn't matter if his back's against the wall, he's not going to quit. And as you want some, come get some. Well, Bret Hart, wow, didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
I liked his references, too. He was calling out specific people in the crowd to make his point.
And that's the thing, He knows how to connect to people. He's connecting with specific people. He's making local sports references.
Yeah.
He's doing everything he can to get the crowd on his side, and for the most part succeeds.
Mm-hmm. He's doing everything he can, essentially. So Bret Hart hits the ring, and he says he's here to introduce a great wrestler.
We're a 3-man.
Woo! Yeah. Baby!
Yeah, baby!
Baby! What? the lights and everything. This is so dope.
You didn't know that?
No, that's incredible.
And I also love how he's
Our
coming out to
floor is like Naomi's
the
shoes.
three-man band music. Does it say one-man band or three-man band?
He's
still
what?
It still says
band.
three-man band.
How have they not changed it?
Does it still say that, really?
Is it that hard?
Start it over.
Get
Start
Jim
over
Johnson
again.
on the phone. For God's sake.
Oh, wow. You know what? I
All it
accept
takes is 3 words
I
different.
accept it.
I'm a one-man band.
Jim
But then
Johnston's a
isn't he
really
just
busy
a solo
guy.
Yeah.
artist?
We're still paying homage to Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal.
I just can't believe they haven't gotten rid of that. That's just funny to me.
He could be have multiple personalities.
True.
I miss Slater Gator's team theme. When they do mashup themes, that's like my favorite thing ever.
It was okay, but man, Heath Slater is just owning it. He just
I'm all for Heath Slater, like, continuously every single week trying to answer the challenge.
and I bet you he is too, because
Right.
it's great TV time. He's doing exactly what Sandow did. He's maximizing every second on TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he spoke French. He
He mispronounced friend.
Better than me.
I think that might have been. I don't know if that was by design or he's trying to quote Home Alone.
it was beautiful.
Wrecking it.
It was beautiful. He got heat from the Montreal crowd, and it was perfect timing. He goes, I'm sick and tired of getting attacked out of nowhere, and Bret Hart, bam.
Like one
That
of the
was so
best
great.
instances of comedic timing I've seen
Such
on
good
WWE TV in a
timing.
long, long time.
Amazing camera work too, because we didn't see Bret coming. It was just a close up on Slater, and
And
next
I
thing you
think
know,
the best part was that there wasn't even a wind up. Like it was just straight, like from his side, just boom.
people are saying they want Slater to team up with someone. I love Slater on his own.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep letting him get beat up, get the crowd behind him, and let him go on a nice singles run. That'd be
Right.
so fun.
Right.
I don't know, but this was great. So, anyways, Hart knocks him out. And he says, I'm here to introduce a hometown boy from Montreal, Canada. And everyone goes crazy. Like the roof. Just
Yeah.
Sami Zayn making his, it was his Raw debut.
There was that one tag match leading up to
Yeah.
Fatal 4-Way, but
Singles debut.
yeah. Exactly.
This
That was non-canon.
so fun.
The timing of everything was just so perfect. Having it at home.
Right.
I genuinely thought that the next guy who would come up from NXT was going to be Balor, but
Oh, right.
this made so much sense. And
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
happy
I wasn't
for it.
sure. I knew they were in Montreal. I knew everyone was chanting for him. But there was still a part of me that was kind of like, they're not going to do it.
But is this going to be a one-time thing like
That's what I
Charlotte
was
coming
wondering.
up
That's what I
and
was
losing to
wondering.
Natty, or
Are
is
they
it going
gonna
to be?
keep him
Is he
on the
going to
main
be on the main
roster?
roster? Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
it does seem like a lot of debuts in such a short amount of time. Having Neville come up and the Lucha Dragons come up the day after
Right.
WrestleMania,
Right,
but
right.
then having Sami Zayn come not even 2 months later.
Right,
I
but-
love it.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe debuting a whole bunch of guys all at once is a good thing.
There was something very telling. His entrance. It didn't have his regular spacey background for when he came out. It had the
Right. It
NXT
had the
logo,
NXT on
which is what
on the Stagetron.
And
it's what they usually have whenever they're featuring NXT talent. They're not debuting.
I was gonna
right.
say too that they have that the special tomorrow on ESPN.
Oh, the
So
E60, yeah.
is it just that they were doing that? One, because it's Montreal, that's his hometown. They knew it would be a great
Yeah.
crowd for it, and two, to promo that.
Right.
He's not coming up to main roster. No, he's NXT. This was just a one-time.
I mean, I
for the hometown crowd.
yeah, he's in the middle of a feud with Owens.
Yeah.
or could he be in both?
Ooh, wow.
Because I mean, they only have tapings once a month.
That's true.
so
And that's the thing.
could
And you
he-
know, in the WWE continuity and the NXT continuity don't usually share anything. I mean, there was that stretch because of those tapings and because of the staggered schedule where, like, Rollins was a face champ on NXT and part of a heel shield on the main roster.
And if
Yeah.
he's not in a legit feud for a title, if he's just there and, maybe has a feud with someone else, that could potentially work. I mean, a lot of those guys are on the road with the main roster already, in
Right.
addition to taping NXT. So if they're doing
Yeah, I had heard Charlotte
the
was
house shows,
backstage.
if they're doing, dark matches before Raw, before SmackDown, why not?
Right.
I mean, he's been there long enough. Obviously, he's ready to be brought up, but you don't want to bring anyone up until you have at least a 6-month plan for them. Don't bring them up just because.
Right.
And right now, he's got a feud going with Owens. Whenever that ends, then maybe give him a couple weeks off and find an amazing debut for him.
Right.
if you're going to bring him up.
But at least now, when that does happen, he'll be fresh in people's minds. And I mean, even on a loss, he gets the rub from being in there with Cena.
Yeah, Cena's credit. He walked out of the ring, let him have the ring.
Yeah.
And I think Sammy's always been billed as that underdog. I actually do agree with him losing his first match.
For sure.
Because then people get that much more invested in him. They want to see him win.
It was the same reason that Neville losing the finals of the King of the Ring. What are you looking at?
I got to bring this in. So someone in chat roll, they call themselves Solomon Crow with a Solomon Crow picture. This is how they Mark, I just hack your phone. Look.
You what, mate?
You what, mate? Hackstars?
That was amazing. The person was trying to do something clever and then didn't even have the correct grammar or spelling.
And Crow is lowercase, like the C in Crow is lowercase.
I think they're speaking in meme, Johnny.
Well done. I don't know. I love it,
I think
though.
the grammar was by design.
That could be Solomon Crow.
Could be.
You don't even know.
Well, if the whole
awesome
studio
music.
goes under, we're screwed. So yeah, John Cena takes on Sami Zayn. Zayn hurts his shoulder early on, right? Now everything, all hell's breaking loose.
But I think what I was saying before is that I think Sami losing is a good idea in the same sense that Neville losing the finals was a good idea, because he gets the rub from just being there.
And everyone likes him.
Yeah, he's not quite theoretically.
He's not that person that wins every single match.
Yeah, he's not ready to win it just yet.
I am concerned though with, we saw during the match Sami Zayn was holding his shoulder, and then I thought that it was just a work because he's done that in NXT so many times, but one of the fans, as we mentioned earlier in the show, he saw him after, as everyone got out to the top of the ramp post-Raw. Sammy had his shoulder taped.
But that could just be committing to the work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, hell, I've done that many times.
Plus, so what's the storyline for that? Does that mean that what if it's a work for NXT Takeover, the next one?
I don't think it's necessarily a storyline going forward. I just think if it's a work that he hurt his arm in the match, then he has to sell that after the show. I think that it's just a one-night thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily is a long-term thing.
What you're saying is that you don't think that he's going to be on the main roster every single week,
right.
But why would he have a story about him?
Like I said, it's not necessarily a story. Okay. It's just him hurting his arm and that potentially leading to him losing to Cena.
Yeah. I was going to say also it could be a storyline for NXT TakeOver, because that's a couple weeks out as well, May 20th. So maybe it's, his match then, he still has it taped up.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
you're right. It could add in the storyline, but I don't think we're going to see him on the main roster anytime super soon. I think this is just a one-time Montreal thing that was great. I'd like to see him up there. I just want to have a plan for him.
For sure.
Because the same thing with Neville. Let's hope that they have something for him.
Neville doesn't need a plan.
That's true.
Great.
And they're making him look strong as hell, just even thus far.
They aren't doing anything. He is strong.
Yeah. There's also that. Yeah.
God. Man.
No one else can do the red arrow.
Let's move on to my favorite segment of the show. The Bellas are just walking backstage. Excuse me.
Oh, my God.
Right before commercial. They're walking together. They're face Bellas again. Let's just accept it.
Smiling.
Right.
They're smiling. And what do you see? Xavier and Kofi lifting up Big E. New Day!
Big E holding both belts.
So good.
One of my favorite, throwaway shots
the
in
New Day
years.
pyramid.
Yeah.
Just the look on Big E's face and just, the fact that they're just screaming it at the Bellas for no reason makes me so happy.
Oh, it's so great.
That was such a another great moment of comedic timing.
It makes you wonder if, that was something that was planned or, that night they were just you know what, let's just do it. And it was hilarious.
I'm sure it was a last minute, hey, you know what would be funny? You guys do this in the background.
And that's some of the greatest stuff that happens sometimes. So good.
Yeah.
Coming back from commercial, Renee Young is backstage looking for Sami Zayn. Obviously want to get a big interview with him. Then New Day walks up. They are victorious. Loved it. New Day rocks, baby.
I forgot to mention that Booker T referred to the Koji clutch as a Peruvian necktie. And that's what I want to call every single one of my moves going forward.
Do you know what that is?
I've never once heard that in my life. I don't think that's a real thing.
I was wondering because...
It could be.
Probably on Urban Dictionary.
We all know the Koji clutch.
Right.
Peruvian necktie sounds really nasty.
I don't think it's that. I mean, I'm sure if you
Do I want to Google this?
If you look it up on Urban Dictionary, I'm sure something will come up.
I think you should probably.
It's a submission move.
Oh, there you go. It's MMA. That's why.
Oh.
See, I don't know real sports.
A submission
guys.
move from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, sometimes used in the MMA fighting style.
Yeah.
So very similar to a Koji clutch, I
See,
guess.
I don't know real things, guys.
Yeah, I don't mess with real things either. Not into it. So yeah, Renee Young looking for Sammy Day. New Day comes up. They're still celebrating. They're approached by Kid and Cesaro. They let them know that everyone on Earth hates him. Mm-hmm. And that's when Big E, I love his response, this negativity will not keep us down. But then I'm burping everywhere. A New Day sucks chant starts going between Natty, Kid, and Cesaro, and throughout the WWE universe, and the New Day storms off. I really dig this rivalry. Like, when's the last time we had a legit tag team rivalry? I don't think we've had any, have we?
It's been a minute. But I think I want this to lead to an awesome 6-person tag. I think New Day versus Kid, Cesaro, and Natty would be hot.
It would be great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last time we really were able to get, because it seems like every major tag team match has been like multiple teams.
It's just like tag team matches at this point are just combinations of singles wrestlers. Like, we need more like actual teams at this point. And I think that's what's really great about this rivalry. I think Cesaro and Kid started as just a slap together team, but they're doing so much. I mean, hell, their tandem posing during their entrance and after the match tonight is awesome.
Someone in chat roll is asking if we think New Day should be more serious with their characters, like Big E dropping the voice. I say hell no.
No way.
What they're doing is working perfectly.
Absolutely. That's what they need. It's like I said before, they've got that natural energy and that natural charisma. If they were just going out being serious heels, nobody would care.
Right. And for everyone who was pissed off and hated New Day when they were faces, we kept saying, calm down. Give them time, let them go heel, and they're going to be great. And sure enough, here they are.
But is that... do you think that was a plan, or do you think that that's just them making lemonade out of lemons?
Oh, no.
That was their plan from the beginning.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think Vince wanted to make him faces.
I think this
I was saying that was like Big E's plan. Like, that's what they wanted to do.
All three guys wanted to be heels. Vince started them as faces.
And that's how it started. When Xavier Woods first started coming out to the ring to scout Kofi and Big E, he was dressed like Malcolm X, basically, and it was a heel thing.
That was a one-night thing,
awesome.
And it got changed.
Right, right. But I think now that they moved into a Rocky Maivia situation where they wanted to be such ultra baby faces, nobody cared. So now they're making the best out of it, and it's awesome.
It's great, and it's so fun to watch every single week. And I love the fact they have the titles. All Hail King Barrett is next. He puts over the Royal Baby, because why not? Yeah. Then we have Barrett and Sheamus versus Ziggler and Neville. Amazing moments here. Wow. Neville with the flip outside the ring, lands on his feet like he's on foam. I don't know how he does it. Nice enziguri. Ziggler spears Sheamus outside the ring, and then over the barricade, Neville tries to go off the top rope, but a bullhammer for the win after a distraction from Sheamus.
Neville is a pro at taking the hell out of these bullhammers.
Good Lord.
I forgot who tweeted this to me, but they were saying that they shouldn't announce Neville's weight when he comes to the ring because...
What does he weigh?
He is the man that gravity forgot.
Ooh, good point. I like that.
I like it. I like it. Are they still announcing him with 2 separate nicknames? Is he still the man that gravity forgot and the new sensation?
The new sensation is not necessary.
No.
The new sensation.
I do love that song, but come
live,
on.
baby, live. Now the day is over.
Right? I got really into that song. A buddy of mine that wrestles down in Australia, he's the real new sensation.
Yeah?
AZ Vigara. AZ Vigara, guys. EPW Perth.
Yeah, the man that gravity forgot is one of the coolest nicknames you could ask for.
Because it's so true.
Absolutely.
So, actually, you know what? We forgot. How did I forget this? The Bellas, I don't know why I didn't. Oh, there we go. We forgot this. My bad. Bellas hit the ring and get attacked. I forgot this. All right. Bellas hit the ring and get attacked by Naomi and Tamina on the Nation of Domination tip, just dressed in all black, destroying the Bellas. And then that's when Naomi hits the mic and says their sibling reign of domination is over. So welcome back, Tamina. We were wondering.
Loving it.
Love Tamina being back. I felt like it was a little bit of a stretch to say that they were related, even though they are kind of, but it's still like...
They're more related than a lot of other relations in the company history.
Like, oh, your dentist sister's brother-in-law. Like,
they share the Usos.
Ish.
They got it.
Like
God, people in chat are brutal. They're calling right away. You're skipping stuff. Calm down. I got it.
Give divas a chance,
Give me
Johnny.
a break. Give Loquasto a chance. I'm trying to grow facial hair. Anyways, continue.
That's taking all
90% of his concentration.
Really willing it in there.
Hair.
Let my almost goatee figure things out.
He has to focus on that. Like I said, I really like the new Naomi. I think it was a little bit too soon for her to change her look again. The hair. It's such a drastic change for me, the braids. I love them. I just think that whatever it was, the braids and not having the shoes light up tonight.
She's got so many different outfits. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Did they forget the batteries?
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe they thought that the blow up stuff was not maybe not heelish enough. I don't know.
I loved it. She looked like
and also,
boss.
I don't think there's
not
like
that boss.
I think there's. I think we're looking too much into a new hairstyle. Like she's wearing a lot of black and she's got, but like I don't think that much has changed at this point. And she's got Tamina with the giant hair.
This is going to be really fun. I mean, this would almost be perfect if Naomi already had the title, and then Tamina joined in to be like. But then again, it'd kind of be like the AJ storyline they already had last year. So yeah, I guess we don't really want that.
Right.
But yeah, it was really fun to see. And Naomi's phenomenal, and Tamina, welcome back. Glad she's healthy again.
Yeah.
So, all right, so then we had the tag match, which I remembered. And now we're going to the main event. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. Jamie Noble gets on the mic and says, "We got Seth Rollins on commentary. I'm the ring announcer. Joey Mercury's a timekeeper." As if they keep time.
Bellkeeper. He calls
the bellkeeper.
him the
Yeah, because they don't keep time anymore. There should be time limits. And Kane is the enforcer. Orton and Reigns basically watching their back the whole time. They have a match, but you know stuff was going to happen, which it does.
Right.
The entire squad attacks. Reigns takes him out. Ambrose comes down with the save. I love this ending. Spear to Rollins. RKO to Reigns. Dirty deeds to Orton. Ambrose standing tall as Raw goes off the air.
Yeah.
Kudos, everybody.
And that's what they needed. Him being kind of the lowest on the totem pole as far as guys in the Fatal 4-Way needed to look like a credible threat. I think that's exactly what this did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I miss Dirty Deeds being the headlock driver, I gotta say. But, you know.
It's a modified DDT, kind of.
Yeah.
Dirty Deeds. Which I love when a DDT is actually a finisher. That's great. Because that was one of the most lethal moves of all time, and now it's just like a thing.
All right, old timer.
Come on, you're spiking a dude's head into the ground.
In my day, drop kicks were finishers.
You don't agree with me? It should be a finisher.
I agree with the fact that wrestling evolves.
I agree with the fact that Johnny's a dad.
I agree with the fact that the DDT was a finisher back in the day, and as much as I idolized Jake Roberts and still do, I think wrestling is an entirely new beast these days.
But what's the difference between a DDT and a pile driver? Either way, your head's getting spiked. Pile driver's still a finisher.
There's a huge elevation difference.
A little bit.
And there's way more weight. Your entire body weight is coming down on your head in a pile driver. Your feet stay on the ground in a DDT.
So,
are we talking an Owen Hart pile driver or a Cactus Jack pile driver? Because even those are two huge differences.
Right. The Owen pile driver is pretty. That one's.
Either way, yeah. I love the DDT. I wish it was. I'm glad that Dirty Deeds is a finisher. But this is great. In one show, they managed to have Ambrose in the main event and make you think, all right.
And make you buy it, for sure.
They made everyone happy. They made wrestling fans happy, which is hard to do.
Very hard to do. We do it every single week on this show.
That facial hair of yours is bringing a whole new level of happiness.
It is.
I'm going to keep going.
Scruff.
You're going to be catching up to Bray Wyatt in no time.
Do you hear this, guys?
Oh, God.
Do you hear that? Feels so good.
Once you can hear it, it's real.
People are calling me 80 years old. God, do I really? All right. Whatever.
You don't look a day over 81.
Back in my day. Anyways, this is a really fun. That's right, Quasto Fun Dad. You got it.
My dad.
This is really fun. So welcome, Ty.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad that your Monday nights are now free.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to have you. And you know, Dale will come back from time to time, but he's in D.C. now. He's busy.
He'll have to fight me for the
show.
spot.
Don't hit the music already, Donica. We're not done.
Yes, we are.
We got to wrap up. Man, everyone's just being pissy
We're going to get some quick plugs.
Put yourself over.
Ty Matthews, PMA, and Instagram. I'm also a writer. If you want to check out my writing, you can check out Smosh, Outburn Magazine, The Argonaut, any one of these fine publications. But Twitter, Instagram, hit me up. Ty Matthews, PMA.
Cathy Kelley.
Ty Matthews XOXO.
Shut your mouth.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley, on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. Then I have a new radio show with my friend Francia, premiering tomorrow night on Dash Radio. So download their app and listen to it.
Perfect. All right, Pittsburgh Improv, Wednesday, May 13th. I'm headlining. Then I'm there the whole weekend with Brad Williams. If you're in San Diego, I'm at the Comedy Store in La Jolla this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. Also go to thethumbwrestler.com. Click like on my Facebook page for my film.
And watch
Thank you
Championship
guys.
Wrestling from Hollywood.
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood this Sunday, Mother's Day. There's a steel cage match. If you're in Southern California, hit us up and come out to the show. Bring your mom and your weapons. We love you. Good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Bye.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.